Check, check. Welcome in, team. How are we doing this evening? Hopefully good. Hopefully the weekend was good. Yeah, Josh, I'll write these down for sure. I'll start Tesla. It's always a popular one for sure. Um, See what's looking like. A lot of the charts are going to look the same from that Friday pump, but we can at least that'll be my focus tonight for you guys as kind of, look for a back test of a level depending on where we open or where we think we're going to open. That'll be kind of my focus this week for you guys or tonight to kind of help you guys out. Um, Aaron, good to see you. Good to have you in here. Give it 1 or 2 more minutes and one more server ping, and then we'll dive in, guys. Appreciate you being here on time, though. Seems everybody usually rolls in 5 or 10 minutes after, so that's right, though. So far, we just got Tesla. If you guys want to look at something, put it in the chat. Otherwise, there's going to be 10 or 15 people in front of you, and you have to wait. Peter, how we doing? Good to have you in here, man. Ooh, SoFi, yeah, let's do that. Yep, we always start the night spies and Qs for sure. Jeremiah Figma, what is the abbreviation for that one? I haven't played that one before. Let me know. Another SoFi, that's good. Is it just FIG maybe? Another SoFi, another Intel. Sweet. Got some nice variety. All right. Let me ping the server real quick and we'll dive in, guys. Appreciate you being here. Cool. PayPal. All right, guys, welcome in. A little bit of late start for me. Sorry about that. My dinner went late, but we'll be sure to run a little bit after 6 my time to get everybody's requests in. Appreciate you guys being here. My name is StartedWith, one of the staff members here. It's our Sunday scan, kind of see where we're at, where I think we're going. Obviously, Friday. Let me just clear one or two of these for now. Friday, we had the big pump off Powell, his comments, I think the move was justified, kind of hinted, their trajectory, they still want to be cutting in September. So we'll see where we're at when we roll into that next month, which is in a couple of weeks. But so as of now, you guys, I got a level marked out here that I think is one to watch. So you guys that like to play SPY QQ and those requested tonight, biggest thing I'm looking for tomorrow morning. We'll see kind of what the pre-market price action is, but this level right here is kind of what I'm focusing on. As you know, and how I like to chart, you can see when we get the buybacks over it, we see the big continuation up. When we sell through it, and when we attempt to get back up over it and reject, you see the big continuation to the downside. Same with this day. Same with this day. We had failed breakouts. So that's my focus early on tomorrow. Any trickles in here, pre-market, any slams down here early in the day, first, well, really any time during the day, I'm watching just to kind of see what is our price reaction. Are we starting to see some candle wicks on the bottom side like this, or are we selling under and we start seeing candle wicks to the top side? So that's the focus for me. I guess phase or levels, phase one or levels, whatever you want to call it. That's the focus there. If we open kind of over where we close, so option number 2 is we kind of trickle in like this and we push up and open. Again, like I always try and teach you guys or hint week after week, the largest volume areas of the day are at the open, at the close. And so we at the close here, if we were to draw another line, just basically straight out, basically a breakout retest, prove that holds, prove that buyers are still present, at least on the morning, and they want to continue to push this up higher. So we can hold Friday's close, Friday's close down here, this wick here, but anything in this range here, I'm looking for a continuation up, but it's not a straight shot to all-time highs. It's somewhere in here. If we go to a smaller time frame, that tells me these are 1 hour candles, selling pressure at the top, selling pressure at the top, selling pressure, and then buyers down here. And so if we hold kind of this zone here, 645, 5-ish, I think we push 646, 646 and a half. But again, trim on the way up, trim, and then get your final target if we hit that all-time high zone there. But don't be greedy holding, think we're hitting all-time highs. And what do we do? Reject Friday's high, back down to break even, and you're kicking yourself in the butt. You didn't sell. So kind of cut and dry for SPY for me. And obviously that was the bullish case. The bearish, anything, if we open in here, this is kind of just a scalp zone for me. So calls and puts both ways. I'm not buying puts with time into here. I'm only buying puts on a break under this level, 64485-ish, because we see that reaction when I zoomed out. The possible move down we can get. Again, the same thing on the downside. If I enter puts here, like a Wednesday, Thursday expiration, I'm not looking for stuff all the way down here first target. Definitely those 2 wicks there tell us, hey, there's big buyers kicking in there twice on hourly candles just on Friday alone. Not a month ago, not a week ago, just one trading day, when it happened. So that's kind of what I'm looking for there. So it's probably 644.25-ish. That'd be target 1 for sure. Trim heavy, and then you hold some runners, get this target, look for targets down here. Does that make sense on SPY, you guys? It's pretty cut and dry on the SP 500. QQQ is similar, but two other things on QQQ that I want to point out. But if we have no more questions on SPY, you guys should have the ability to unmute your mic, keep it on topic, but just holler if you got a question. So QQQ is a little bit better chart, because we kind of rejected where I think we would and where we should, and we have some things to look at. So first things first, kind of starting top to bottom. Yeah, Vinger, I'll get in video wrote down for you for sure. QQQ, we pushed up. I'll zoom out in just a second. Let's just get a zoomed in look of our price action Friday here. So let's go to even a smaller time frame just for this explanation. We pushed up, we cleared this heavy 572 zone. And then what do we have up here? The dashed lines, if you guys know my charting, green dashed lines are the daily 20 moving average, and the purple is the daily 9. And lo and behold, 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections all afternoon, or excuse me, all morning, basically all day. That was our brick wall. So tomorrow, if we see a push up again, and you start seeing wicks like this, if you don't have think or swim, zoom out to the daily. Remember what we talked about tonight. This somewhere around here is the daily 9 moving average. So if we were to go the daily chart, this line, on Webull or Robinhood, whatever it is, would be right here at basically 574. So that is the thing to watch tomorrow. That'll probably be one of the easier double tops to short if you miss this move. And I always say, if you go to take a short position on an uptrend, it's got to make sense. You can't just, the RSI is too high, or you think it's overbought or whatever. You got to short where it makes sense. This is a fairly easy double top shot to try if you miss this move up, or if you just feel like, this move isn't justified, whatever it is. That's the spot to try it, because that daily 9 moving average and double top high of the day from Friday will be stacked right there. So that's the first thing I'm watching. A little bit larger time frame outlook is this trend line. 1 touch, 2 touch, almost 3, 4, and then if we come into it tomorrow. So again, double whammy. If we push up, what I was just speaking of, that daily 9 moving average is right there, and a trend line. So we catch, let's just kind of say we open here at 57232. Perfect. Take your calls, ride the wave, trim, and remember, take notes, take a screenshot. There's a trend line overhead here. Do not hold a full position without trimming, or watch this move up and go, okay, I want calls right here at 574, and you immediately get smacked down, instant red, instant loss. Just watch out for that. That is my upside target. If we break over, that's fine. Breakout, retest, 57429 is kind of that level I'm watching there. It's that candle body close there. It's those bounces over here for the next leg up to that 576. To the downside, similar situation as Q's, similar game plan, I should say. So this green zone of support here is what I'm looking for. Tito, I'll jump back to SPY just 1 second. So QQQ, if we sell down through this green zone, so this is kind of like a little bit of a scalp, no zone for me if you're a little bit of a newer trader. Anything in this 572 to 572.3, just send alert to see if we break underneath it. Or if we kind of open inside of it, send alert on the top side for a breakout retest of a resistance flipped support. And then we see we break over, the continuation possible. We break over. I know this candle totally engulfed it, but at one point we broke over and we pushed up. But any sells through, we can see how selling pressure kicks in. Let me clear this real quick. So again, we break through it. What happens? Selling pressure, next leg down of a larger time frame target. We bounced it. So again, don't take puts and look for stuff down here. Look for 570.62. That was that afternoon low, depending on what time zone you're in. And then what do we have shortly below it? The daily 20 moving average will be creeping in. We'll have to see where it opens up, because it's based on the open and close of all the price action the previous day. So it's probably going to stair step up a little bit. So it might even be stacked right there. So take your puts, be bearish, but don't be overly bearish looking for stuff all the way down here, or thinking this was just a BS pump on the day on Friday and you're looking for a full retracement. Let the chart tell you what to do. We sell through this. What do? Look for a push back up, a failed rejection or failed breakout, excuse me, get the rejection, leg it down, come back down, failed break over, leg it down. Let the price action on the chart tell you what to do. Any questions on QQQ? Jump on the mic or in the chat. Again, this kind of big picture, we can see this cluster here. That's the same thing I'm looking at. This cluster here, we get over it, that nice push up. We hold this, we bounce, we push up. Real quick for Tito, coming back to SPY real quick since we're kind of on topic. Yeah, for puts, let me zoom in and hold it for you here if you want to take a screenshot or write it down, Tito or anybody else. The 64485 for me, but with caution. A safer put position, but you're giving up a little bit of gains, but you're also your risk reward would be adjusted, but it's a little bit safer is if you wait for us to clear these wicks. Because you take puts here and maybe kind of take them late, you chase a little bit and you get bounced right here, that's going to hurt you, because it's going to bounce 1, 2, 3 times. But a slightly safer but more confirmation is a sell through that. Because a sell through that and a retest and rejection, what does that mean? It means we just gave up that afternoon low. So we pushed up in the morning. I'm on the West Coast. I kind of call this midday afternoon levels here. We sold through the previous bounce spot. So again, you always look for confirmation on markets. You look for repeatable setups. If you take puts, you need a reason where and why you took puts. Same thing if you took calls, we need a reason where and why we took calls. So Tito, yeah, the 64485 or what is this level here? 644.3 is another level you can. And like I said, if that level you're too nervous to, or you're late on these puts here, again, treat this as just maybe a scalp zone in between here. Yep.
Quick question for you.
What's up, man?
What are the main companies moving QQQ?
Good question. It's, I don't know the weighting, but it's all, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna move my screen share. It's big tech. So if you look here, who's that? Joshua. Look over here on the left side. It's not in order. This is just alphabetical order, but this is basically the big tech top 10. It's almost all of them. I think I'm leaving out a few. Apple, AMD, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Netflix, Nvidia, Tesla. So I think Apple, someone correct me, Apple and Nvidia, I think are the largest holding. Apple, Microsoft. So if you get 2 or 3 of those pushing, SPY's gonna, or excuse me, QQQ is gonna push. I know I'm on the SPY chart. QQQ will push nicely. It's very, very concentrated, so it's easier to play. Sometimes on SPY it's a little bit choppy because Qs are pushing up, and XLE, which is energy sector, is selling down or stagnant, or XLF financials. But the S&P 500 is just a big basket. It can be banks, it can be energy, it can be clothing, stuff like that. But QQQ, good question. It's all these over here. It's your big techs. If you do Google search too and you're curious, you can just say, hey, what are the QQQ holdings by weight? And like a couple of them are like 5 or 6%. So it's huge, huge holdings. So when they're moving, they're really moving Qs.
All right, thank you for that.
Yep. All right, first up, Tesla, on with your guys' watch list. Appreciate you sticking around for those market rundowns. It's kind of long-winded. Tesla, let's zoom out. Let's see where we're at because there's some big levels to look for, some big levels we cleared. So as of now, we got this 4-hour candle here. We'll kind of look left as we kind of focus on that. So big spot here this week for me. You guys know how I roll, just so you can kind of get some education and kind of figure out where we're at in the charts. 34172. So obviously you guys, these are more like swing trade levels, larger time frame levels. Obviously for me, I'm on a 4-hour chart. If we, we're, I'm not gonna say mostly, but a lot of us are day traders. There's a ton of levels in between, obviously 33947 and 341. That's a couple buck range, but this is just big time frame. Like I like to trade off of big levels. I like to take the bounces off big levels that make sense. I like to take puts at big levels when it makes sense. We look left, does it make sense? Yeah, it does. So pick your spots where you short it, pick your spots where you buy your bounces. So for Tesla, again, this is a larger time frame. There's lots of levels in between. But what I want to see here, focusing on that big thick line, is do we hold that tomorrow? Do we hold that this week? That is my focus. I don't trade Tesla a lot, but I definitely keep an eye on it. And when people kind of DM me asking for questions, yeah, so Joshua, that was your request. So yeah, we'll see where this opens up. If we kind of trickle in here, any bounce here, man, buy that bounce. Doesn't mean full port, but doesn't mean trade the opening 5-minute candle, but watch that level there. That's big for me, this 341.72 to 342 pocket. If we hold this, when we looked left there, we seen That was resistance, those topside rejections from a couple weeks ago. If we hold that, that is resistance. We broke over, it is now forming support. So it is buyers taking over, flipping this zone here from a resistance into a support zone. So you buy your dip, just like if we break out, if this level, or if this was this level here, so a breakout retest. So we break over, we retest, you get that bottom wick there. It doesn't always work out that clean and perfect, but that's what you want. I want to see, does this hold this week for continuation up, 350, and then that huge 357 is possible. I'm not saying we get it in a day or 2 days, but you look at the market on a broader picture, and we just visualize a stair step up of these big levels. Again, obviously on the 5-minute time frame, we want to be trimming on, if we were back over an EMA or something like that, and we back tested or something like that, get your entries each time we test it, stuff like that. Man, I lose my voice already. But again, upper range there. What's possible this week for sure? 345, 45. You guys can write these down. 349, 45. Again, I want to see that hold. If that fails, 341, 72. Don't just, blindly hold short-dated calls for a deep loss. We look left here. Again, 34172. All we got to do is look at past price action. When it fails, what happens? We leg down to the next support level. So a breakdown under, they retested it, topside wicks there. Get your puts, your calls are invalidated short term on a break under 34172 because we leg down. We sold through it the last candle of the day previous. What do we do? We leg down. Sold through it here at the open. What do we do? We leg down. Retest, rejection, back into it. You guys get the point. But on the flip side, any break over, go get those upside targets. But we see, like I'm telling you guys, for that leg up 345, 45, selling, selling, selling. Okay. Always have a plan on your charts. Is that kind of what you're looking for, Josh? You said not into it. Yeah, looking for a bullish swing. Yeah, man. Any holds this level there, that's money.
And then what are you seeing on like the daily candles there in terms of like longer term moves?
Yep. So good question. Kind of the same thing. I usually chart in the 1 hour, the 4 hour. It kind of holds true. So again, 34172, we're over that as of now, and you can see those daily candles when we get over that, when we bounce that continuation up on the daily. And this, I colored this red, and it's thick just from past charting. That 357 is huge, you guys. If we tag that this week, don't chase calls at 357. You better be trimming calls in your swings at 357. I don't care how much time you have on it, if they're December calls or whatever. Huge level up here. That 357 is huge every single time we get back there. Cool. Nice request.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, we've got a couple for SoFi. I don't quite remember who it was, but we're gonna hit it. Let's check that chat again. Peter and somebody else. Peter and Ryan. Yep, SoFi. I gotta update some charting because we broke this big level there. And look at that. Resistance. We opened over it on Friday, retested it, and it was resistance flip support. It's beautiful. It's what we want to see if you're bullish. Day trades or swings. Cool. We need to zoom out. Let's stick to the daily because I don't trade this one a lot. Let's see where we're kind of double topped here at 25. I know we're kind of pinching pennies to be exact, but 25.2. And now we're going to zoom left. Let's see how far we're going to go to see where that 25.2. Yep. Not exact here, but again, my charting, it's got some room, but if you're wanting to day trade this or swings, you're kind of chasing. So we see here this 25.2 before I zoomed all the way left, where it double topped last week. You can see here, multiple days, actually multiple days. So this is February 3rd, 2021. Wow, 5 years ago. This is June 2021. And this is November 2021. So SoFi obviously beaten down, comeback of a lifetime the last 4 years. If you weren't long here, bouncing, chasing, that's a bit of a chase up here. So if you're not already in, For me, how I trade, we got to get that back test. You really need a back test at some levels here. I'm just how I trade. I'm not gonna look at the daily chart like that. Wow, we're opening over. If we believe that after hours move, I stand corrected. So that level I thought was resistance at 25 to 25, 1, 2 pocket is now our support. So same thing with Tesla, how I trade, how my mindset is resistance all day long. Multiple year resistance is now support. So what do we want to see this week? All bounces into this level. You want to see that hold. So basically what I would do, and I'll actually do it for you guys, is I would draw a box like this so I can visualize it. And I'm grabbing this cluster here from Friday. I know it's red, just pretend this is green just for speed of class, but that's my pocket. That's my zone that I want to see hold. Basically, a basically 30 or 40 cent pocket, 20 or 30% pocket. So any back test of that level that holds, if you're in long dated swings, you gotta see, does this hold? You can't enter here, freak out, see a little bit of red and cut here, and we bounce this afternoon zone, similar like I was talking to SPY and QQQ, and we're back to break even and you're hate life because you cut. So any bounces here or anything in this zone that's hold, same thing with Tesla. We legged up over resistance. Now we're looking for the next leg up to keep going more. Any sells under here? If you if you enter calls here, let's just say some leaps. You enter some call leaps here, hedge them with some puts. So you entered here. I know I'm gonna draw through the after hours. We trickle down. We sell through this level. We sell through here. You're in leaps. You got some wiggle room. You don't need to just cut because we broke a level. Hedge it with some puts. We break down under here. Very, very quick volume transaction there. At least recently. There's probably a volume gap there. Price moves fast through volume gaps. There's not a lot of information right here. Look at this. So a lot of volume pre-market, a little bit of volume pre-market. Boom, PAL moves. And what do we have? Consolidation. Are you guys going to Tosi's volume profile classes? Consolidation up here makes sense. That's where the volume's stacked. If we sell through this and you see those big moves and you wonder why the big moves are happening, low volume node right here. That's probably going to move fast. So don't just hold forever because you want to be bullish on something. Hedge it with puts, you guys. I see a lot in Discord. A lot of it is just inexperience. That's fine. Or maybe you're nervous, not sure what to do. But hold those leaps on some calls. Hypothetically, you're in a 25 or 26 call. Hedge with puts. This breaks. Trim all the way down into here. We back into here. You can day trade some puts on the way up. 3, 4, 5, 6 days come back, and we're back break even on your leaps, and you made all that money on your puts on the way down and your day trade on your calls on the way up. So have a game plan, you guys, before you enter. I have a game plan every single time when I enter a trade. I don't just let something go super, super red on me, or even when something's really green. I already have a trade plan where I'm selling. Aaron, I just see your comment. Sorry, let me see how late I am. Are you talking about SoFi? Feel free to unmute or just say yes in the chat. But yeah, that's hard to say, man, because I can't tell you guys to not play the opening 5-minute candle and we just wick. Like, let's just say this candle right here is the opening 5-minute candle and we just push up even more. I know we're pushing hard here, but let's just say we're kind of trickling in here. It's hard to say. I can't tell you guys. I mean, markets are open. I always say, 5.5, 6 hours a day. I usually tell people at the open, I want to see a 15-minute candle close. So if we open over this level here, I know I'm kind of long-winded on SoFi right here, but if we kind of open over and we back test, you can take a quick bounce entry. If that first 15-minute held, because we're back tested a level, we have some volume building there. But if we slam into it the first, 60 seconds at the open, I can't just be like, oh, you guys should take calls here, because if we slice through, you're 30 seconds in the day and you're already red trading for the week. So it's tricky, but I want to see longer time frame candles forming, or even a little bit of consolidation is not a bad thing. We don't really have an example here, but it's just kind of tricky. It's all about, are you scalping for a day trade? Are you entering leaps? It kind of just depends. And this thing's moving. If this move holds, you guys are getting paid fat. Super nice. Hopefully that answers your question though. Let's see here. All right, going in order that we had. Fig. Who was that that wanted that one? Jeremiah. Yeah, you're still in here, man. Are you in this one, Jeremiah, or just looking for an entry? Nope, just looking. Perfect. Ooh, we got the daily 9 right here. That's lovely. I need to zoom out on the date. I don't know if I've ever charted this. This appears to be a new IPO. Okay, well, we are. Man, I can't even. I gotta zoom like. Get different. One sec here. So it looks like a new IPO. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Sell, sell, sell. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. But now we're just this little cheap, quick, little downtrend here. So lower highs, I always have to think how I say it. Lower highs and these lows keep going low. And what do we have? We have an attempted trend break for the first time really since the IPO. Remove drawing. And now we have, get to drawing, we have a low and we have a higher low and we have a higher low. So as of now, it's not a huge trend break, but it's a trend break. And the daily 9-moving average is right here. So clear as day. Let me get some drawings for you, but I already know my trade plan, what I'd be looking for here. You said you're just watching. I would not be in puts if this level holds here. Jeremiah, are you a day trader or a swing trader? I'll kind of depict how I kind of guide you through this setup here. So we don't have a lot of information here, but we do have a little bit to work with. Both. All right, cool. All right, so quickly looking here, let me expand this big time. So bouncing, bouncing, support, support, support. We sell through it as resistance. Don't believe me, we push back up to it Friday. And this level here, that top of that wick, sellers are parked there now at 78 flat, easy charting, okay? So what you wanna do, if you wanna be bullish on this, you said you're just looking, which is fine. It's cut and dry, it's pretty easy for me on a chart setup like this. So breakout retest. In between here, for me, this is day trade only. Day trade only zone, a little bit of a chop zone, $2.50 range, day trade only. So meaning take your shorts up here, so take your puts up here. Every time we push up and we reject, get in your puts. But don't be overly bearish looking for stuff down here because the daily 9 is right here. So you're basically, you take your puts, you sell into the daily 9. If they bounce and stop you out, you pat yourself on the back, you made it halfway down. If you take your puts, you trim at the daily 9 because it's going to come dashed in like this. We sell through it. Now you go get the 76.45. So write this down or take a screenshot, like I always say. So this could be target 1, target 2. We sell through it. You can look for this cluster here and cluster down here. That is your bearish thesis. To be bullish, best case scenario, we trickle like this. We break out over, or even early in the day. You already know what I'm going to say here. Breakout retest. You buy your calls here. Why are we buying our calls? Resistance, flip support, Friday's high of day. Again, you need reasons to take a call bounce or to short the top on something. A breakout retest and a hold proves that buyers are ready to make another leg up. Okay, so start looking at these bigger level here. I know I chart on the daily time frame, so don't look up here for a first target. We can zoom left on this and we can see there's probably a lot of levels in between. But definitely 78 flat, if that holds. I know it's a new IPO name. I don't even know what the heck they do, but this is a nice chart, you guys. Don't fight the trend. We break over 78, look at that big move up. So easy. You take your calls on 78, man, or before you take your calls, target that cluster, target that cluster, target these highs. So 1, 2, 3, 4 targets in here on your way up potentially to get this target. Super, super nice setup actually on this. I love it when it's curling a daily moving average right like that. Very, very nice. All right. Let's see. Wait, I think I skipped. Wait, no, that's fig, sorry. Did that. Aman Preet, I think I'm saying your name correctly. OKLO. Let's take a look at that. I think I've charted it before. And why does this thing keep moving on me? Ooh, interesting. Are you in this one or wanting to be in? Let me know. Let me know. Lower highs, trend break, higher lows. I love that. I love that. Let's go 4 hour real quick. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot to work with here. This could be a very nice setup as well. I'll zoom in. Just bear with me here. Let's get my bearings on some levels here. First line, top side wick, push over. What does it do? It bounces, it bounces, it bounces, it bounces, it sells through. Resistance, that's the first spot to watch. Top side, where are we stalling out at? On those wicks right there. All right, we'll get a game plan with that. Let me see if he replied, did not. All right, I'll just assume he or she is shy and I'll just talk about how I would trade this. All right, we are pinned at the daily 9 moving average. So we want repeatable setups. What is a repeatable setup? Right here. Break back over, hold that level, push up. Tried to break over and hold, failed. So try number 2. This is because it's last time we're here. Failed on Friday. So tomorrow, it can't be any more obvious what we want, because what do we have? We have a support and the daily 9 moving average stacked right here. It's another nice step, you guys. Man, you guys are making it easy on me tonight. So any holds this level, basically 71 flat. With caution, take your calls. If we're over it, I do not want to be bearish on this for a day trade or swing if we're over that, because we're holding support. We're holding the daily 9 moving average. Again, don't look for a bunch of shit up here. Trim, grab these wicks, top range up there. So potentially 3 targets easy. So you enter here, you bottom tick, instant green, pat yourself on the back. Target 1, target 2, because it lines up with that wick there. Target 3, fries high a day. Can't be any easier than that. If you want to be bearish, with caution, same thing on calls with caution, but we break 71, we're breaking a support, we're breaking the daily 9. What happens when we break it? We get a little bit selly. But again, don't look for stuff down here because we need to get there on Friday in the afternoon sell. So you take your puts, you can trim out this cluster here, this zone here, and this bottom zone here. I'm just looking for candle clusters because I know that's where volume is stacked. I look for large wicks on top and bottom side because that tells me big buyers here, big sellers here. Very nice chart set. Again, you guys are making it pretty damn easy tonight. Ryan, can we do core wave? I think it is, because I see Crash in here. He's asking about it too. We can double up a request if you don't mind, and then I'll circle back on Intel if we got some time. But CRWV, right? Cool. All right, where are we at? Are you guys in this one or just what did you say, Crash? Still don't like the name. Want to short this? All right, let's figure out. Well, we're under a big bounce zone. We're not quite there yet, but let's see. Let's build a plan. Let me zoom out just a little bit or look left. Need another level here, kind of see. Projected there. Got this cluster here. So we closed under that. We got that rejection there. It was the bounce zone there. 95. How far? I gotta zoom out, see what 95 looks like. Yep. Look at that there. So that 95 rejection from May 20th. Break over, retested, bounce leg up. So that's what we're fighting against now. So we zoom left slow or get back to it. We come into it. 95 was bouncing for us. And Tuesday we sold through and we failed to break over the next 3 or 4 days. Yeah, 97.10. Get that level there for it. Yeah, definitely for sure. They might even make it quicker for you, brother. Here, Ryan and Crash. This 95 here, man, it just keeps jumping out to me. if we can't break that, so sorry, I'm zooming in quite a bit here. I'm just trying to make it as large as possible. So again, I know we kind of sold through it here, this 95, we got down pretty much a whole nother $1, but ultimately it bounced it and they closed over it 2 Fridays ago. And then last Tuesday, we got the kill candle to open the day, and we fought back to it, didn't get there. We fought it and we fought it. We pushed over Friday, even with the PAL pump, the PP, we sold down off that. So I don't know if that sector got some news or just kind of a shit day for it. But this 95 here, guys, is what I'd be focused on. It's clear as day for me. Any opens into this in a failed breakout over again, we see what happens when we fail to break over. Dang it, I'm on the 4 hour. Let me get to something smaller here, 30. So any failed over 95, like that's an easy short. We see 95 fail, 95 fail, 95 fail, puts, 95 holds, they close right that candle, big continuation up. This is my charting bread and butter, you guys. I look for the one line inflection points where we push up and stall, where we push over and we push for leg up. This is easy charting for me. You guys are making it too easy. 95, that's level to watch. If we open under it, tricky because I don't, right here, I don't like puts because potential bounce, probably a big volume cluster there. Previous day close. I don't like puts. If we open in between here, to be bearish, we got to be patient for a break under 93. We break under 93, that's the afternoon low. That's again that volume cluster here. Close there. We're probably going to leg down. We can see we break 93, boom, leg it down. We open under 93 pre-market, leg it down. Break 93, leg down. So this is kind of a no zone for me. If we open in here, it's more be patient. With caution, you could try to dip buy at 93, but again, you're fighting all this volume on the way up. Not a bad thing. Just we could easily trickle back down to break even. So that's the spot to watch. But anything holds 95, I don't want to be bearish until we start tagging these levels here. Nice setup though, you guys. Nice chart for sure. PayPal, one of my favorites. Aaron, let's do it, man. You still in here? Yep. All right. Top range. Oops, typing your name like an idiot. We want PayPal, not AARON. I love PayPal, and I feel like I'm pretty damn good at charting it, not bragging, just I'm very comfortable with it. Big range there, big spot that it broke. One could argue, if I just draw another line on top, one could argue it's a top range, but that 69.64, that is huge. I know Crash trades this a lot too. So where are we stopping out here? The 70 to 70.15 pocket is a level to watch. Yeah, I can argue. Yeah, I'm not going to argue top range per your comments. So what we're going to do here, just for speed class, I'm just grabbing this top range or range chart in red. Yeah, failed breakout, sold through, failed breakout. Yeah, kick-ass chart, man. I stand corrected. Good eye. So yeah, tomorrow, if 70 fails, I know Crash likes this name as well. Super nice clean chart, you guys. I'm on the 4 hour. I'll zoom in just a little bit, but you can see when we fail to break the 70 to 70.15 pocket. I mean, it's clear as day. Sell, and we closed under it. So super nice chart again, man. I'm gonna get an alert set for this because I like this setup a lot. I trade this name. And let's just see if we kind of sell under it right away and retest it. Yeah, so pretty yeah, some EMAs under it, some daily nines under it. So, obviously, like I say on every ticker and to everybody else, just you can take your shorts here, just be realistic. Don't look for 68, 64 first. We just go, we just do what the chart tells us. That like KO, when I took that loss, sorry about that, on Thursday or Friday for you guys. I was looking for like a breakout of this similar setup, breakout of a range on Coke. and I left a very small, I think I lost like 12% on it, even though there's support below it. I just said, hey, I'm wrong on calls. I don't even want to hold to take another 8 to 12% down. I just cut it. So yeah, if we take puts on this, this can go either way. So again, we've seen in that larger time frame that pocket here. So if we break over this, guys, for anyone looking at this, I do not want to be short because it's the same thing when we broke 69.64, which was huge. We broke over it. What happened? Shorts are chasing and they accelerate that big move up, trying to get out, trying to get their stops out. Same thing. If we break over this, we kind of consolidate, we push up, we're going to push hard most likely. So I do not want to be in puts. We break over that. This is kind of a no man's land for me, unless you're kind of just confident on your charts. We open under. You want to take your double top short right at 70.15. That's fine. I can dig that for sure. You're going to make, at least that 15-cent down move there. But the safer thing is, kind of watch if we trickle into here, reject under, get the break under, retest. So again, breakdown under, retest. These are retest candles. You see the rejection. Basically, super clean setup. We see rejection underneath, a retest. You start seeing topside wicks like that over here. That's your confirmation. That's my bread and butter trading. If I want to get in short on something, break under, get your puts, because we know our stop out is small. We're not going to hold puts all the way up to here. We're holding puts up to here for max. If we're in puts and they break over Friday's high, we're wrong. We should look to get flipped and get some calls. But again, if this pays on puts, take your target down to here. You can even get these wicks. We sell under. Moving averages are stacked under. So be cautious. These are going to be trickling in somewhere down here. So huge target, trim a lot. That's going to pay you pretty nice. That's a 40 or 50 cent down move. That'll pay very, very nice. And then you can start looking at this cluster here. Target 2, somewhere in here. We sell through that. Let's just say we have a super bearish day. Boom. Target 3, you're getting paid huge if you catch the whole move there. Super nice setup, you guys. Nice job again. All right. Just looking, trying to make sure we get everyone at least one request here. Ninja, you still in here, brother? You are. Good to have you in here, man. Yeah. Oof. Haven't done that in a while. I don't know if I have any charting on it. Let's take a look at it. I never hear you talk about this one, man. Do you see some flow, or you want to be on swings on this? Feel free to unmute or just tell me in the chat if you're still here.
Hey, 1K. Just wanted to see what you see.
Cool.
Yep.
I can take that. Are you thinking swings or like kind of day trade perspective? Because I see some things I like on this, man, especially for some long dated swings.
Swings and longs.
Yeah. So we haven't talked about it, at least on any charting tonight. So this yellow one, man, is the daily 200, and then stacked and pinched together. I'll zoom in a second. Is the 9 and the 20, which I've been talking about. But we have 3 EMAs just consolidated and cramped here, which something tells me a big move might be happening. So sell since this is basically October 2023. I know it's a big range. Oh shit, this is like a $6 stock. Damn, this thing's getting its butt whooped. All right, well, it's a $2 or $3 range. So basically a lot of consolidation. Let me get some levels for you here, because I do not, we can day trade puts down here, man, but I do not want to be swinging long dated puts down here, not on a consolidation like this. So big picture, or at least recently, breakouts kind of sort of happening, but there's not really a follow through. When I say follow through, you want to see multi-day. But I'll zoom in here just 1 second. I want to get this top range smack down here. But all right, smaller time frame here, man. It's basically consolidating, and what we want to do, we try and catch it on AMD, Nvidia, whatever it is, whatever stock we play, we try and catch the consolidation. And when the breakouts happen, the big move happens like this, and people chase, and people want to get in. But what we want to do is, when I see stuff like this kind of can warrant, we can nibble on some longs here. 2 things that we can do here. I'm trying to zoom way in. This is a really cheapy name, so it's kind of hard. So again, all the moving averages are stacked here, man. So a breakout, a hold on a larger time frame. So if we get like an actual daily candle close over this 361, shorts are screwed. I almost dropped an F-bomb. I'm trying to be polite here, but I love this for longs, man. So swings with time. Anybody watching this? If we break this resistance, that is your spot to get in the longs, because huge resistance now flips support. We have 3 moving averages stacked underneath us. So that daily 200, it's going to move really, really slow. It's a 200-day moving average. It takes 200 days of information. And the daily 9 and the 20 moves a little bit slower, are going to be stacked. And so that's those things where when you guys see a consolidation at support and we get a nice multi-leg up, that's the things you want to get in and try and catch. But yeah, man, if we break this 361 again, I kind of like this. I don't trade this name ever, really. Rev used to, but this is nice and cheap. Like leap swings are probably super, super nice on this. But again, we break that multi-week range, multi-month range. I like it. I don't love it really for day trades here, because you're really only looking, you take off kind of this candle close here, we're kind of trickling here. This is, if I stretch the chart, it looks big. This is only a 10-cent move. I don't love it. I would just set alerts here, man. I know I'm kind of just rambling, but a break over that, or set some alerts down here for these lower zone bounces here. It's not super bearish here in a larger time frame if we crack 2 moving averages, but it's not ideal. But if we kind of consolidate here, those are going to start curling down underneath us, and once we bounce over it, it's on. But nice setup, man. Nice setup again on the daily here. So this thick line here, so we go the daily, and that's the line I'm focusing on here. Like we break and hold that, we can see that continuation that's possible in this name. But again, all sells under that, they keep smacking that name down. But looks like earnings are this week, man. Might have to be patient with that one, but if you want to be risky and you get in, they pop it, that can pay you very, very nice. But nice setup, man. I like seeing a name I haven't traded in a while. Hopefully that answers your question, helps you out. Checking the chat here, trying to keep up. Let's see. Raheem, let's look at Webull. I think that's Bull, I believe. Raheem, are you let's see, are you in this or looking to be in? What you thinking on this one, man? And some leaps in profit, you don't have to say how much, or in loss, just kind of curious when or where did you enter, kind of, so I can kind of help you with what to look at here. January 15th call, cool. So you bought in the money, or you're in the money. What day did you enter on the chart, if you remember, just so I can kind of find your entry point and kind of guide you on this one, because it depends if you entered up here and you're red, or you entered down here. You're in a 15 call, so I'm assuming you're in profit, which is great. Last week Thursday, okay, cool. Oh, sweet, man, heck yeah. All right, love it. So again, leap position, I'm not forcing anybody to hedge their position on leaps, but I'm going to kind of show you what I'd be doing here if it were my money. Just getting some more levels here on the daily, because it does look like it respects levels very nice here. So again, you guys, I'm looking for tops of body closes, and I kind of look left and I say, okay, does it kind of grab that wick there? Does it bounce on that close there? That's kind of just how I guide it and kind of figure out. So 1 hour chart here, just for a zoomed in look on what I would be looking for here. So good news is daily 200 is stacked underneath you. Other good news is you bought Thursday. Awesome, awesome, awesome. They sold down. You're a little bit red, at least at the open Friday, and they proved that they held that 13.8 support. Love that. Broke back over a recent resistance. Love it. I love a lot of things about this chart. Quick drink of water. I'm losing my voice again. So we're on the daily, and we've seen those moving averages stacked. That's where they line up here. Raheem, your daily 9 is 1552. They like to bounce the moving averages. Don't believe me. They bounced it there. They reject it. Don't believe me. They reject it there. Sold down. So short-term outlook, you want to see, it's this little pocket here. You want to see this hold for a leg up. If they sell through it, You kind of know what happens. They trickle down, they bounce support. You're in some leaps. You don't really need to worry about the day to day. You just need to be mindful of it. So here's what you can do. If they sell through this, you can hedge it with puts again. So basically, let's just say you're in 200 bucks on this leap. You know, your entry cost was $200. You can hedge it. If they sell, you can day trade puts, down, down, down. And now you made, 40 or 60 bucks. So whatever red you are on the leap, you can just literally on a spreadsheet or a notepad or just a mental note, like, hey, actually, you're probably break even down into here. But let's just pretend you're red. You entered here. So you ran the puts, but you made money, or excuse me, you ran the leap calls, but you made money on puts on the way down. Just take a mental note of that. So your psychological, your mindset is, hey, I'm red on my puts. I know they're leaps, so you don't freak out. Hey, I made money on the puts on the way down. Boom, it offsets that red on the leap calls. So any break over this, look for a leg up. 16 was that next level to watch that we're on the daily time frame. Zoom out. Look at that cluster here on 16. We sell under it, sell, over it. Excuse me. 15.43 needs to hold. We sell under it, selling. We break over. Nice breakouts to 16. So that's your larger time frame look on this. We break over 16. A little bit of continuation, another 40 cents. But ultimately, a lot of selling here at the 16.3 to 16.4. So I know they're leaps. It's hard. I can just guide you the best I can these levels based off the daily, but 16.4, 16.9, 17.68. And again, if we were to go to the daily, zoom in here, we don't have a whole lot of information, but we can see sell under 17.68, sell under 17.68. So again, trim a little bit. We break over 17.68, it's on. It's probably going to show some big moves on break and holds. People trying to short on the way up, the big moves are going to happen. Again, then you just look left for all this volume here from the big breakout from that nice short squeeze. So nice step again. Nice consolidation down here. It looks like as of now, you bottom tick some leaps. Can't hate that. Can't hate that for sure. So yeah, if they push over that 16, look for that leg up for sure, man. All right, getting caught up. Core wave, got it. Errol, you're a regular. Good to have you in here. Intel, second request for the night. Let's do it. INTC, I believe. Yep. A little bit news based. I think this week, are they going to disclose their position, Trump administration or Trump himself, whatever it is? So first warning, guys, be careful for buy the rumor, sell the news. So this could be the rumor that has happened. And when the news is like, we know that the Trump administration, I think whatever that was, 10% stake. We know that they're in it. So once they release their stake, whatever it is this week, I think there's news on it. Someone correct me. Just be careful. Be careful that once that crash, other people are smart. Whatever that form is actually says that their stake holdings. Once that gets released, just be careful, you guys. They could knife this on you. It could be, hey, there's the press release on how much they're holding, and they could sell down. So the news, the rumor was, hey, they might be buying, and they got that big move up, and we've seen the call flow to follow. So this 24.75, this little pocket here is what I'd be watching. Let's see. Yep, Avenger, I think I skipped you. I'm sorry about that. NVIDIA, put you in next, brother. Let's see here. All right. Sorry, just getting confused on the chat here. So nice range in here, you guys. If we break over and hold that 25, I know it's a really condensed chart, but we can see this 25 zone here. So this pocket here is the one to watch. And again, it's news driven this week. There's some stuff coming. So right now it's getting the smackdown. We see any sells under, smackdown continue, but a break over and swings for puts. Do not like it. I like it for day trades. Any breakout retest, I like it for day trades. So we see the level hold here. We see the continuation. We see the level not hold, we see the continuation downside. We push up. Great theme for the night. Let me zoom in. Oops. Breakout, retest, nice zone here, push up again. So any trickles into this, basically a 15-cent pocket here. If this holds, buy your calls, trim all these targets into here, all these targets. Pre-market zone, or excuse me, after hour zone, trim as well. But any sell under here, it gets kind of ugly for calls short term. Take your puts, or if you have leaps on some Intel, take your puts for a day trade because you're probably going to sell back into this. Nice charting though. Yeah, very nice range here. But again, we'll see what they announce. Don't hold calls if they rug pull this. Don't hold short dated calls, that is, if they rug pull that. NVIDIA, let's hit it. Avenger, appreciate it, man. Are you in this one or just wanting a chart on it? Let me see here. What'd you say? Or feel free to unmute if you'd like to. Ooh. Resistance and 2 moving averages stacked. It can break, but if you're not already in calls, I don't love this early tomorrow. Definitely breakout over. We're going to zoom out. Let's see what this 17956 is. Yep. So, for over it, we color it green. For under it, we've got to color this red for now because we have not broken it yet. Definitely not a chart to chase at the open. So one quick look here, or one last look, excuse me. We see, man, my throat's dry. We can see here, guys, on the 4-hour chart, focus here a couple weeks ago. What happens when we're over it? Support all day long, buybacks. Again, study candlesticks, you guys. You don't have to just spend hours and hours, but just look at the candlestick before you enter a trade. What does this say here? Huge buyers. They tried to sell it down. Huge buybacks. They tried to sell it down. Huge buybacks. Try to sell down. Buyback. 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 They sell through. Look at this. Consolidation. Breakdown. Huge move. If they break this, yeah, a huge move can be up, but we're going to go zoom in now and figure and show you why I don't like a late chase on calls here. So zoomed in as much as I can. Damn it. Just screw up the chart here. Man, somebody's cooking in the house. It smells good. All right. Game plan tomorrow on NVIDIA. If we open under this, I do not like a call chase here. Do not like it. I need to see a breakout retest. For me, early in the day, I want to see like a 15-minute hold. I want to see some candle wicks on the bottom side. Okay. I want to see. It's gonna be a really shit drawing, but this is a 15-minute candle and a long wick. That is good for buyers. That is a selling attempt under, and they bought it back up, and then we can kind of continuation up, on the chart. But any opens under that, and I see more topside wicks on a 15, on a 30, 2 30-minute candles stacked. Selling pressure is still on the top side here. I do not like calls here, you guys. Again, breakout over, that's fine. We can quit being bearish right here, but this is like a super, super easy short spot. We break down under this. Haven't talked about it on this chart yet. What do we have? 2 moving averages stacked right there. We sell through, or we reject resistance again. We sell through 2 moving averages stacked. You don't need any more confirmation where to short a stock, because this is our stop out. We take puts on a break under. This is our stop out, break over. Okay, we're looking at, look at that, 179.11 to 179.56. What is that? 45-cent stop out on the stock chart. Okay, we're not entering puts here, and our stop is not up here. Our stop is right here, somewhere a little bit over. They might wick it, but we sell down. So again, this is your risk. What is our reward? Huge reward. This is what you want on trading. Target 1. Top side of those wicks. They might bounce that when we come into it. We sell through it. Get the bottom side of these wicks here. Man, I love this setup. Target 2, somewhere in between here. We sell through it. Grab that morning to afternoon consolidation, or excuse me, dip down. Target 3. Now you're in runners. Now you're chilling. Now you catch the PP, the Powell pump. This big volume cluster here. Because what do we talk about? What does Toasty teach us? Look at that volume gap. So big volume here. This is a P-shaped volume profile. So a lot of consolidation. That's why I want you guys to trim here. We take our puts. You better be trimming here. Point of control is the most volume traded during the day. That's up here. So it's obvious. When we push and consolidate, your POC is always at the top. When we sell and consolidate, your POC is at the bottom. We sell through that. This move will probably happen fast because look how thin that volume is on Friday. Don't be blind because we have some consolidation here. That POC here, better be trimming down there. But that move will probably happen fast if we crack. Let me look here. 177. We break that. Set an alert for that damn thing too. We break 177. What else are we breaking? Thursday's high a day. Sell down. Okay. How's that look to you, Avenger? This is a kick-ass setup, you guys. All night. You guys have some great setups for sure.
I was looking short already, so hearing that helps a lot.
For sure, brother. Yep. But again, if we get super bullish continuation, just don't get emotional on it. I know you're a pretty good trader. Just cut it because we've seen. I mean, we don't got to. Oh, let me get off the volume profile real quick. Cut your puts for a small loss because we break over that, brother.
It's a big range.
Moves that happen, man. Just we're day traders. Cut the bias, cut the trade. Take your calls, make 50% calls, and you won't give a shit about your 20% loss on your puts. It'll offset it. But super cut and dry, easy chart, you guys. Lots of volume is stacked here now. That broke. So even any breaks over, you guys, this is going to take a lot of volume to push up through this because there's a lot of volume stacked here. Actually, probably be a good quick little lesson here on volume profile. All that volume stacked there. So we're just trading. We're following big money. We're pushing up. This was consolidation, multi-week consolidation. They broke it down, and what did it do? It triggered a hard sell because it's bounce, and it finally did not hold, and it triggers a huge sell. Okay, very nice setups, you guys. Very nice. All right, 6:08 my time. We started at 5:05. If you guys got to scoot out of here, you can. Quick recap on SPY and QQQ, and then I will end this chat. But you guys, again, I know I keep saying it. Very nice request tonight. Like pretty much every setup was like a breakout retest, bread and butter play for me. So super nice. Yeah, let's do CCL. Why not? And then we'll do a quick recap. But again, if you guys got wait a minute, I think I did skip Neo, didn't I? Who wanted Neo in here? I've seen that name twice tonight. I'm sorry.
That was me.
I'm trying to keep up, man.
You're good.
Yeah.
If you don't have time, it's all good.
It's all good, man. We can go over. Oh, it's that big breakout, huh? That's right. Let's see where the hell we're at. 20 in the month. They look to get back in position. Cool. Yeah, we need to zoom out because this thing's been getting its ass kicked. Where did it break out to? What's it doing? You looking for a pullback, Joshua? I think you said.
I was in like longer term calls and I sold way too early for not a good reason. But I was looking at the larger time frames and it's looking like a very solid breakout. I was looking at the monthly chart.
Were you red on those calls for a while?
No, I closed in profit. I think like 60%, but I can't imagine what they might be at open tomorrow.
But I mean, but prior, were you sitting red for a while? Is what I'm saying.
I sat red for like one day. I
Oh,
think
shit. All right.
5%. Nothing. I got in at a good time.
Okay.
I
Was
just
it
jumped out too early.
was the money too good to be? I'm just trying to get some trading psychology out of it. Was it just the money too good, or did you just have too much money tied up?
No, I was just pissed about not taking a trade on United Health, and I think I was just kicking it for no reason.
All
It's
right.
the
All
truth.
right. It's all good because sometimes I'll talk to people in DMs. It's like they're in a swing. It's like, yeah, I was red for 3 weeks, and that's usually what it is. When you're red, you finally see green. You not really panic sell, but it's more of a relief sell. So that's what I was just trying to figure out. But all good, man. I see a couple things here. Similar to, I can't remember what the hell we were looking at earlier in the chart, but just something to be mindful of here. This kind of 6.3 to 6.6 pocket. When we get over it, we see a nice move. We sell under. It's a continuation leg down. We sell under, continuation leg down, and we reject it, and we closed over. So I'm gonna go to a smaller time frame. I know you're looking for a pullback entry. Great. It looks like earnings are shit in like a couple weeks. So a little tricky, but definitely day tradable and swing trades for sure. What I would be looking at for, man, let's go to 1 hour, see what we got here. So we appear to be opening over, which is great. So you see, I was on that, I think there's a 4 hour chart here. So with caution, but with confidence, if that breaks and holds, same thing. So breakout, retest, breakout, retest, leg up, same thing, breakout, retest, clear as day here. If we break over this tomorrow morning and we hold this level, get your entry. We're a little extended, not gonna lie. Again, let me just go back to the daily real quick. So this is the daily 9 moving average. We are, so like I say, with caution. Is that right? Shit, we're 26. Oh, yeah. I mean, the momentum's there, brother, but damn, we're like 26% away from moving average. Like this should,
Yeah, it needs to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, let's look at the B bands here. I don't want to tell you just to be blunt because we're over the third or the, what am I on? What are my deviations here?
I just think there might be a good longer term entry for
Yeah,
everybody pretty
we're
soon.
super like I'm not gonna say never, but it's very rare to close over the second standard deviation, and we closed over it 2 days in a row. So the momentum's there. I don't want to just say get puts because it's like, oh, the RSI is too high, the B bands are too high, but we closed over it. Like to be bullish, worst case scenario is we break over this, brother, and we just kind of consolidate. That's not a bad thing. Your EMAs are going to catch up. It doesn't mean you need to be in puts because, obviously support is not breaking. But man, we're just so far extended off that big ass day. It needs a breather. So anybody not in that's looking at this, just look for some consolidation up here. So maybe we see failed breakouts, we see some failed breakdowns. That's fine. This is we seen on what was that, NVIDIA? Consolidation leads to breakouts or breakdowns. So take your entry here, but just know how much we've ran. And honestly, man, if we cut through here and something short dated, I would just cut it and say, hey, it needs a breather. Or if you're in like January, February contracts, again, like I mentioned for the other member, you can, as long as your strike is fine, you have a lot of the time, hedge it with some puts down into here. But if we start breaking, like, it's so hard because this thing is just ran. But so we got the moving averages down here. I mean,
would you say like potentially that it breaks down and hits some sort of support below this range, and then we could call that potentially a breather?
Yeah, so for sure, that's kind of what I was getting at here. So if we consolidate a little bit here, these moving averages are going to start catching up. But if we start kind of knifing through here, some good dip buys are definitely into these. I know it seems like a long ways away. It is. This would be, how much of a drawdown would this be? It's a 25% back move. Yeah, duh. Okay, Michael. 564, 522. Any dips in there, you can get a new position because your moving averages will be stacked really, really nice for you here. I just wish it wouldn't ran so much, but I mean, support doesn't lie. If they break and hold this, brother, I mean, buyers are not ready to give up. So it's hard to say just blindly short this, but if we break under here, I think it needs a breather for some puts. But yeah, we can talk more DMs. if you want to
Sure.
get long dated and figure out how you want to hedge it, but just know, like I said, it's pretty far extended. Another thing, if it's, you know, a really, really weak market and this is following, I probably wouldn't hold calls. But if the markets are pushing, this is just consolidating, you can hold calls and hedge some puts. But if we're just super bearish in the market, just everything is getting sold off, like I just say, hey, it's not the right time for calls here. You know, you got a little bit of FOMO, you admitted that, that's fine. Markets are not going anywhere, man. They'll be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And we got earnings in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So yeah, if you don't get in and you chase calls the day before and you get that IV deflate, you're gonna be hurting pretty bad, man. But
Yeah, 100%. No, I think I'm just gonna kind of wait and see what happens the next few days and see what's going on with it.
yep, for sure.
I know I gave Luigi some smack for open door call position, but he knows what he's doing. That thing ripped like 40%.
Open, man. I used to day trade this thing. I think it was like 12 or 15, but oh my god.
Yeah, it ripped 40% in a day.
I day traded this damn thing in 2020. Man,
Oh, 2020 was a great time for day trading.
I swear this thing was like $15 when I started my trading career.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I made so much money on shares in this damn thing. It just respected that, but now it's coming back. Yeah, big
Some of these names, when they start moving up, it defies logic sometimes.
And these small caps and stuff, when they get going, man. But I mean, whew, look at that there. Top. Not calling the top, but just be careful.
Yeah, potentially we might see a pullback and then continuation. That's what I'm looking for some longer term moves on, let's say, Open Door, Neo, those kind of names.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. All right, Joe. Quick little recap. Again, if you got to scoot out of here, that's fine. But SPY QQQ, and I do really got to end it. I'm getting hungry, but I appreciate y'all guys being here. So, a little bit of sell since we last talked, but not gonna be overly bearish. But what I'm looking for here, anybody that joined late or missed what I talked about earlier, it'll probably be in my comments on my tab tomorrow morning. Basically, 64485. We see when we get under how we can sell, failed breakout, sell. We get over it. I know this is an after-hour session. We push, we hold it, we can push. So that's, I look for these big moves up and down, up and down, up and down. This is my move for tomorrow. Anything over 64485, I'm looking to get into other bullish positions on my watch list. I'm looking to day trade SPY and QQQ as well. Any holds that level there. Any sells under, a little bit of retrace is not a bad thing, you guys. Again, I'm not looking for stuff down here instantly. It could happen. We obviously seen it happen in one hour. That candle right there. So any sells under, target, and then probably a final target, because I'm not looking for this in one day. That's a pretty big move without news. But slightly bearish on the day if we break under here. But again, we could bounce this. We did it Friday. We did it a couple weeks ago. So just be mindful. Don't be blind, bullish or bearish on anything. QQQ, similar setup. Again, 57232 to 572 pocket. The pocket's a little bit more clear and defined because we've seen just last Tuesday, sell through support, failed breakout over, laid down. Sell through support, legged up, they held it. A little bit of a battle here. We closed under it. So as of now, we're sort of under it. So that's the level to watch for me. Same thing with SPY. Anything under 572, I'm using air quotes. You can't see it, but with caution, be a little bit bearish or wait for sellers to take their turn. Meaning, if you don't want to take puts because you see this big bounce, that's fine. Take your puts, try your call bounce there. Again, you take your calls at the bottom when it makes sense to. This absolutely makes sense to try and take your calls there. We sell through that, cut your calls because we're probably going to lay down in this 569 zone. So pretty cut and dry. I like when the charts come back in a consolidation zone. It makes it easier for us. But yeah. All right, last question. Notice that SPY, or excuse me, I notice NVIDIA moves and SPY sometimes mirrors the movement. Kind of same thing I talked about earlier in the night ninja. So like NVIDIA can have a good day. It doesn't mean it's moving SPY, because SPY has a bunch of stuff in it. It's got, a lot of stuff that can move it. Let me see how quick I can pull this up. Hold on.
Sorry, I asked kind of last minute, but
Oh, you're
it
good,
was just
man.
something that I kind of noticed recently when it doesn't really reflect sometimes in QQQ, but I've noticed sometimes that the flow would kind of mirror each other. It's just something that I kind of just noticed recently a lot lately.
Yeah, so I mean, NVIDIA can have a good day. I know this is NVIDIA, or excuse me, SPY, not Qs, but so there's just so much, there's so much variety. Let me just go like 2 pages down. Home Depot, ABBV, Palantir, Bank of America, PM, GM. Like this stuff is probably not in tech, because tech is just big tech names. It's technology. And so NVIDIA can have a good day and Qs can be down because Tesla, Microsoft, Google can be having a shit day. And so those names combined can drag it down. Don't want to click on those damn ads. They'll start targeting me. So holdings. So NVIDIA can have a good day, 9% holding, but look at Microsoft is 8% of QQQ, Apple is 7%. So NVIDIA can be up or sideways, but if these, or the rest of these names are having a down day, these 8 or 9 names outweigh one name that's having a good day. So that's going to bring the Qs down. So it kind of just depends. I just leave these on the watch list. You guys should make a watch list if you don't. And I literally just look at the buy and sell percent during the day. If they're like 50, 60% above, Qs are probably pushing. If these are like 50, 40%, Qs are probably selling a little bit down, and you'll probably see it reflect on QQQ percent sell volume or buyer volume as well. It's probably gonna be really, really low. And so it's a juggling game, man. It's just all about patience, watching everything. We only got 2 eyes. It's hard to watch everything. You just gotta kind of I just click through this during the day like this. I kind of say, okay, what's pushing, what's selling, what's weak, what's bringing Qs down. And I just go through the watch list, same thing. Is this a good setup? Is this good? It takes a lot, man. I mean, you've been here a while. It just takes a lot of mental trading energy for sure. We're just little guys in a big ocean of big traders. We just try and follow the money, brother. That's the only advice I can give. Good question though. With that, you guys, I'm gonna end the chat. Have a great night. DMs are always open if you have questions. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man.
Thank you, 1K.
Yep.